Alright lads, I know I'm in a lot of darkness right now. I'll try to pull my blind up. There, that looks better. Hello everybody, my name is Slash, and holy fuck, I just finished Castlevania Season 3. Now, I will be going back and be doing a review on Season 2 and Season 1. However, God, there's a lot to talk about. Number one, Judge, oh boy, right. I'll talk about Alucard in a moment, because that is a very, that's just in a video in itself. Oh boy, give me a moment, oh boy, can we get a oh boy in the comments, can we get a oh boy? Right, so, fucking hell, that was a twist. Like, I expected him to be a murderer when we first saw him. I was like, he looks like an evil fucking bastard, but he's a vampire, oh fucking hell. But the fact that he just did that, nobody knew about it until Trevor and Cypher. That was just, bruh. Oh, also, yeah, go ahead, comment Receding Hell and Unga Bunga Me Caveman. It was just, I don't know how to describe it other than pure shock value. And, oh my god, right. I was surprised, at the end of Season 2, at the final episode of Season 2 and the first episode of Season 3, how Cypher and Trevor were then dating. And, of course, we got one of the best quotes out of the entire series out of that, relating to beer and how good that said beer is. Better than a certain something. Hey, I don't want to be demonetized. Hey, YouTube, how you doing? I want money. Anyway, so, just the pure, like, shock value of his character was perfect. And I will be honest, I feel like it would have been a better writing that the Hell Priests succeeded somewhat. So let's say they didn't bring back Dracula. Instead, they accidentally brought back Lisa. That would have been a pretty interesting way, but yeah, again, then at that point I need to ask myself, what would have that done to the story? Like, narratively. Would she become a vampire? What would happen to her? Anyway. And Hector, oh boy, I don't want to talk too much about it because his topic makes me feel really uncomfortable, and I don't know why. Probably, perhaps, the dog stuff. Not about him reviving dogs, but how he's treated. He's an interesting character. I feel there could have been some things they could have done with him to make him seem a bit more interesting. Perhaps more insight on his past in Season 3, because all we really got in Season 2 and 1... Oh yeah, I should probably put a spoiler warning in the title of this video. Is that all we got in Season 1 and 2 was that he killed his parents because he was a forge master at a very... like, when he was 6. Yeah. And I'm going to talk about Taka and Sumi, hopefully trying not to fully spoil it. I feel the way... Actually, you know what? Screw it. This is going to spoil it. I feel the way that they intended to portray Alucard, from a writing standpoint, was perfect. And what it did to Alucard's character, not just because of the portrayal, but what actually, happened, that has made me love his character all so much. Originally, Trevor was my favourite character in the entire series. I was just like, you go back to Season 1 me, and it's like, oh yeah, Trevor Belmont, he's a great character. I mean, I love the fact he swears, I love his humour, his quick wit, and oh man, the stuff he does with the whip, that's perfect. But then, Season 3 came along, and me gay. Alucard. Oh god, I don't want to make this video like an hour long, so I'm going to talk a lot more about Alucard in the next video. But why can't he just be happy? Like, I want Season 4, or maybe just the series. When the series ends, I want Alucard to be happy. I want him to smile, laugh, be happy, hopefully reunite with Trevor and Cypher, and just be happy that he's no longer alone. And it's so upsetting how at the very end, where he's impaled both Taka and Sumi, I believe that's their names, correct me if I'm wrong, it's so sad how he thought that for once in his life, other than Trevor and Cypher, he could finally be happy. He was finally with people, and especially, when they did the do, he felt like he was worth something. He didn't feel like, oh, my only real purpose was to kill my own father and protect this castle. But then, just everything that happened with him, I just want him to be happy. Just, in the first scene of the entire season, he's crying. He is staring at two dolls he made of Trevor and Cypher and crying. I want him to be happy. I know from a writing standpoint, he's not going to be. He is the tragic character. Everything for him will be a tragedy. However, I feel that... See, it's such a hard topic to talk about, but I feel that originally in Season 2, I didn't like how he was the one who killed Dracula. I would have preferred Trevor to have done it. But now that I think about it, that makes Season 3 a lot better, because he still kind of, okay, I was the one who killed my own father, not Trevor, not Cypher, just me. And because of that, that made him feel a lot more open, that if someone did eventually come to the castle seeking his assistance with vampires, he would be more open to teach them. However, I believe because what Taka and Sumi did, he's going to be very much more kept to himself. He's not going to be open anymore. He's just going to be very close, probably sticking with Trevor and Cypher if they ever meet up again, and I really hope the story does that. I feel Season 3 for quite a bit, not too much of it though, was extremely corny. I think some of the scenes with Trevor and Cypher at the very start they were kind of a massive pullback from Season 1 and 2. Season 1 and 2, there was always this, even if there was a happy moment, there was always this sense of sadness and melancholy. However, when you come into Season 3, it's just, oh hey, happy everywhere, oh cool, new town, we kill Night Creature. And then the rest of Season 3 comes in and you're like, holy shit, Hector's being treated like a dog, Isaac is basically a new Dracula, fucking Alucard is bi, and Trevor and Cypher are dating, fucking Saint Germain is a magic user. It was just so... it was all over the place. It was chaotic, and I loved that. I loved the utter chaos from where we first see Hector and vampires again, to then when we see Alucard getting ambushed and then eventually taking those two people on as students. He was utterly... It was just... Oh boy. It was just one entire, massive, extreme, non-stop. It's like how do I explain it? Okay, I'll explain it with a food analogy because I'm a chubby boy, right? So you know my Bombay Bad Boy video, yeah? Hey, future me who doesn't edit, put the video here, or in the icon if you can even do that on mobile. But when you ate that, that was just constant spice, just constant. You were probably in pain eating that, but I wasn't. But most people would be. And just season 3, it's like you had a glass of milk, right? A very nice glass of milk. It's very milky, right? Very milkful, very milkful, right? And then you then eat a Bombay Bad Boy, a massive packet of Walker's roast chicken spicy crisps, and then following that up by eating an entire canister of crushed chili flakes. Just at the end, it burned and it physically hurt me emotionally to feel like I was saying goodbye to these characters again because at the end of season 2, I thought that was it. I thought that was the end of the series. Hector and Carmilla probably died eventually. Trevor and Cypher, they travelled the world being friends, and Alucard protected Castlevania. Is that the name of the castle? I don't think so. I think it's just Castle Dracula or Dracula's Castle. And then it comes in like, oh cool, season 3. I wonder what's going to be new for this. I wonder if Trevor's still going to be my favourite character. And just, man, oh man, I can't express in words how good season 3 is. I didn't at all feel like it's overstayed its welcome. I felt like it was perfectly paced, and I don't think they should have changed anything. Maybe except, the idea of Dracula maybe coming back for season 4 and 5. And maybe you'd have although this is a shit idea due to how Castlevania usually works, it would have been a great, utterly fantastic idea if you had Dracula, Trevor, Alucard, and Cypher all teaming up to take out Carmilla. Because then you'd also have Dracula, who we may able to see more of a father bond son with Alucard and Dracula. However, it was very, very, it was perfect. I can't say anything else. It was just perfect, start to finish. Slight tweaks could have been made, and I feel we should have seen more of Isaac. Actually, now that I think about it, more of Isaac would have driven me insane because of how his character works in the series, where it's just he's supposed to be the calm, logical one, always loyal to Dracula. But yeah, again, you had Prior Sala, who was basically just Isaac. I don't get why Isaac couldn't have took Prior Sala's place. And I kind of upset that all took place in Lindenfeld. It took away from the travelling feeling of season 1 and 2. But, yeah. Then, there was one quote, I believe it's from Cypher or Trevor. They said, "Priests carrying blades, it's just like Greshit all over again." And I felt, actually, yeah, this is like Greshit. However, I feel that Greshit was more developed. There was more of a history behind it. Lindenfeld, it certainly still had that same history. However, it felt a lot like there were some things you couldn't expect. Like, at some points in the series, I actually had to search up stuff about Lindenfeld. And I had to search up why the judge even killed children. Because it didn't seem like a thing that a character like him would do. However, oh, by the way, guys, remember to sanitize. It felt like he was very. I don't see what point he had narratively. if that makes sense. Because there's a small formula when I'm writing that I always do, and that is, if a character isn't important to the plot or another character's character development, that character shouldn't be in the book. If you just want to use them to express something about the world, then that's fine. Spoilers for Caffeinated, my book. Go ahead, please read it on Wattpad. Robin is a character who is... Robin is a character who served as a way for me to introduce a very peculiar thing. Because in modern fantasy books, you wouldn't get a character with a TV for a head, because that's not fantasy. But at that point, you're focusing more on the modern than the fantasy. So yeah. And I'm gonna leave this video here, but I'm gonna leave you with one bit of parting wisdom, right? Beer is always gonna be better than